Bucs fans, what are your hottest takes heading into the 2026 season? Do not hold back. I want to know down in the comments section because I'm going to pick a bunch for a future video. So if you want to get featured on a Tampa Bay Buccaneers show, make sure to get in the comments and give me your hottest takes. You're watching Bucs Breakdown presented by Prize Picks. My name is Reed Barkis. Wherever you're watching, whenever you're watching, hope you're having a great day today. On today's show, did the Buccaneers pull off highway robbery in the 2026 NFL Draft? Guys, our 2026 NFL Draft, I think, was the best we've had in a while. I mean, I feel like every pick, we hit on every need. And just to remind you, these are all the picks that we had in the 2026 NFL Draft. Obviously, Rueben Bain Jr. going at number 15. Josiah Trotter, Ted Hurst, Keionte Scott, DeMonte Capehart, Billy Strouth, Bauer Sharp, a total of 7 picks. Now, the steal of the draft is obviously Rueben Bain Jr., the 6'3", 270-pound outside linebacker slash edge rusher out of Miami. I mean, the fact that he fell to number 15 is absolutely insane, and I still cannot believe it, and it's July 10th, and I still can't believe it. We're a couple months away from training camp, and guys, obviously Bain falling to number 15 was a blessing, but like that's not necessarily why I think and what we're talking about on today's show in terms of the highway robbery. By the way, if you guys want any Tampa Bay shirts, we have them on sale right now. Chatsports.com/Bain. These are some sick shirts. He's got his signature sack celebration with the Bain mask on. Our guy here at Chat Sports, Arnold, did a great job doing these designs. The Tampa Bay, his nickname that we got going on right now. So if you guys want some Tampa Bay shirts, chatsports.com/Bain. Get yours today. Have some sick merch heading into the 2026 season. So even though we had one of the top edge rushers fall to number 15, I'd say David Bailey and Rueben Bain were the top 2 edge rushers, and we got Rueben Bain at 15. We didn't even have to trade up for him. So CBS Sports actually did their ranking back in May about, who had the best draft, and they were still sleeping on our draft class. Now, obviously, Cleveland Browns, they had a lot of holes to fill, so they got number 1. Well, Vegas Raiders got a lot of stuff in their draft as well. Same thing with free agency. They got a lot of stuff. And Bills, I guess their draft was okay. The Ravens as well. The Cowboys get Caleb Downs. And then moving on to the 11 to 20. Now, obviously, I didn't want to do the rest past 20 because we're sitting there at 17. I don't know about you guys, but looking back at our draft picks right now, I don't think that is 17th ranked, I guess. Rueben Bain falling to 15, great pick, obviously. Home run hitter. Josiah Trotter in the 2nd round. He is a perfect fit for this defense. Ted Hurst has great value in terms of being a big body wide receiver. Keionte Scott, these are all, I don't know about you guys. I think we had a top 10 draft, right? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers 2026 NFL Draft is ranked top 10 in my books. I just, there's no way, right? Because when you have one of the top 2 edge rushers fall to number 15, I feel like, I know it's only one guy, but that value of that draft has to increase immensely. And then we fill a bunch of holes that we need on every part of our offense and defense, and we're ranked 17th. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are hating on the Bucs, I guess, sleeping on the Bucs towards everything that we've done this offseason. But where would you rank the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 2026 NFL Draft? Scale it 1 to 32. Do you think we had the best draft? Do you think we had the worst draft? Do you think right smack dab in the middle? Be honest with me down in the comment section. I love hearing from you guys. This is not Read Sports. This is Chat Sports. You guys chat about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the comment section. Scale it 1 through 32. Now, I personally would give the Bucs the 8th best draft. I think they definitely had a top 10 draft, but I think, it is definitely the 8th best draft. Let me know down in the comment section. I just want to give my take, though. All right, before we continue on, with what we were talking about because Rueben Bain Jr. is not why I say the Tampa Bay Buccaneers pulled off highway robbery. Now, we'll get to that in a second, but I got to give a huge shout-out to our presenting sponsor, and that is PrizePicks. If you guys have not started on PrizePicks already, make sure to go ahead and download the app today. When you play $5, you get $50 in lineups after using our code, and that is HMA. Now, PrizePicks is the best way to watch sports during the World Cup. I mean, if you guys have not already put any lineups in for the World Cup, I don't know what you guys are doing because the app is simple, super to use. Just pick more or less on a few player stats and lock in your lineup. With the new social feeds feature, you can actually pick more or less, you can pick more or less, but you can follow me on the app at Reed Barkus to check out my profile and my lineups. Now, one of the lineups that I have going on right now for the World Cup, obviously we got Holland, and I love the people at PrizePicks. The Dragon Ball Z profile picture for Holland is absolutely amazing. And then we got Henry Kane for England, and then Lionel Messi. This is the best way to play PrizePicks, in my opinion. We're too young to start taking the less. I want everyone to score. Give me Messi to score, give me Holland to score, and give me Kane to score as well. So if you want to check out my lineup, go ahead and follow me on the social feeds feature, at Reed Barkus. PrizePicks has an offer for new users. Download the app today with the link in the comments and description. Use code HMA. You'll get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Don't forget, that's code HMA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. All right, the reason you clicked on this video, why the Buccaneers committed highway robbery, or I guess pulled off highway robbery in the 2026 NFL Draft. Sports Illustrated re-ranked the 10 best value picks of the 2026 NFL Draft. So it's not Rueben Bain Jr. because obviously there's the steal of the draft. That's not what we're talking about. Sports Illustrated's pick at number 1 for the re-rank is Keionte Scott, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers' 4th-round pick out of Miami. And I could not agree more. Sports Illustrated hit it the nail on the head. Getting to him in the 4th round was absolutely insane. So let's see what Sports Illustrated had to say. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers got our biggest steal on draft weekend by landing Keionte Scott at number 116 overall. The undersized defender plays with a rare sense of urgency. Scott combines a fiery approach with a high football IQ and positional versatility. The former Miami Hurricanes standout can play a variety of roles, and he'll get along great with Todd Bowles. When playing the nickel, he triggers downhill with intensity and can also blitz the quarterback with those positions. Now, obviously, Rueben Bain Jr., the steal of the draft, right? The steal of the draft. That is a highway robbery in and of itself. But the fact that Sports Illustrated is single-handedly pointing out the fact that that Keionte Scott is a great value pick in terms of where we got him in the draft, and that's why I'm saying it's highway robbery. CBS had a 3rd-round pick draft grade on Keionte Scott, and we got him at 116. There were a couple places that had him 2nd-round, 3rd-round grade. Like NFL.com had a 2nd or 3rd-round grade on him, and we got him in the 4th round. Unbelievable. Pulled off highway robbery. But if you look at his stats from last year, the guy was all over the field. Like, he plays with such intensity and aggressiveness, and it's exactly what this defense needs. 64 tackles, 13 TFLs as a DB. Like, reminds me of Jalen Ramsey and how he plays. And his coverage stats, not great, right? 70% completion percentage, allowed 332 yards, 0 touchdowns, 7 PBUs and 2 interceptions. Like, that's probably the only weakness of his game, but he has a lot of potential to get a lot of run in this secondary because sort of what Sports Illustrated was saying, he's got a lot of versatility, and I think that's going to be perfect for what this defense needs in terms of depth and just all-around rotational value. So Todd Bowles actually said this about Keionte Scott. Yeah, we're going to look at him outside cornerback. even though he played nickel at Miami. We've got to move our guys around because when you make cuts, you don't have that many. We've got to be able to have some versatile pieces. Now, when you look at this secondary depth chart, I have him set at free safety, right? He's under Antoine Winfield right now. I just kind of put him there because honestly, guys, I have no idea where to put him. I have no idea where they're going to try and put him. I think he could be used in the nickel, but I think when it comes to where he's going to play, I have no idea what his role is going to look like. Coming up, I'm going to talk about what my best guess would be and where I think the best spot to put him would be and what we may see in 2026 in terms of if Keionte Scott's on the field, where is he going to be and what's his role going to look like. But before that, I got to give another huge shout out to the people that make this show completely free for you guys, and that is SeatGeek. If you guys are looking to get out of the house and go watch a game, go to a concert, the best place to go to get tickets is SeatGeek. Today's show is made possible by SeatGeek, and when it's time to get out of the house, there's no better options than a ball game. I mean, guys, going to a baseball game, getting a hot dog, hanging out with your friends, it's one of the best things in the world. And if you use code CHAT10, you get 10% off your next set of tickets. So, like I said, MLB is in full swing. I know the World Cup coming to an end, but if you guys are looking to the future to go get a Tampa Bay Buccaneers ticket, they have them on sale right now. I see the lowest price right now, I just looked today, $91. Now, when you look on SeatGeek, green dots mean that's a great deal. Red dots mean that is not a great deal. So look for the green dots. Now, as you can see on screen here, if you're looking at tickets on SeatGeek and you're like, I don't know if this is going to be a good view or anything, SeatGeek shows you what your view is going to look like before you even buy the ticket. So if you're trying to go to a concert, you can see what you're going to look like when you sit down and when you're cheering on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, of course, I have a code for you guys. You can use code CHAT10 for 10% off your next set of tickets at SeatGeek. That's 10% off any tickets with promo code CHAT10. Just click the link in the description to download the app and have their code automatically added to your account so you can use it later. Thank you so much to SeatGeek for sponsoring today's show. So, where does Keionte Scott fit into this defense, right? Because we know we pulled off highway robbery to get him in the 2026 NFL draft. We know that. I know that. You know that now because you're watching today's show. But where exactly is he going to go? So if we take a look at this secondary depth chart again and really look at it, Zion McCollum and Benjamin Morrison, I think, are going to be your two outside guys. Jacob Parrish has thrived and did thrive last year in that nickel slot. So if we keep him there, that kind of ruins Keionte Scott's role a little bit because I think if he were going to play, he'd probably play in the nickel because that's where Miami played him. So obviously Tyke Smith is not moving as well as Antoine Winfield. Those are going to be your two free safety and strong safety starters. But the rotational value that Keionte Scott has and the versatility is what we're going to be looking at. Now, going back to what Todd Bowles said about using Keionte Scott, he said Scott's very instinctive. And Parrish was all rookie, and he's still going to play in there as well. But we're going to get him some more outside reps. We're going to start Keionte out at nickel, and we'll see if he evolves to where that becomes a safety or a corner from that standpoint and go from there. He's really a guy that can play all over the place. And that is exactly what we need. Some depth everywhere. He's like a jack-of-all-trades Swiss Army knife type of guy. So let's take a deeper look into Keionte Scott and what the pros and cons are about him. So, the pros. Let's start with the dessert first. I love eating ice cream first. All right. Plays with his head on fire with a ton of intensity. He is aggressive. He'll come up and if you watch any highlights or any film of Keionte Scott, he's everywhere. And he's running as fast as he can everywhere with his head on fire. Like, the best place. And he also gives you a ton of leadership as well. Like, the culture-changing mindset that he has of how he plays football will spread to that secondary and spread to the team in general. Just the intensity that he has is great for this team. He's a great tackler as well, especially tackles for loss. He had 13 tackles for loss last year playing in this slot and nickel position. So he's coming up, blitzing as well. He offers great blitzing ability off the edge. So he's around the box and around that run-stopping ability to, even if it's a screen or anything, he's shooting that gap and getting that tackle, which is awesome. Obviously, when there's good, we got to talk about the bad. Now, there's not a lot of bad with Keionte Scott, but his coverage can be spotty and late a little bit. He can be a little late in terms of getting not fast enough, but like keeping up with a lot of the receivers and stuff like that. But I think that he can work on that in the NFL. His aggressiveness can bite him in the ass sometimes. Like, as aggressive and intense as he is, he could shoot the gap a little too far or go a little bit too wide and be out of position because he's just going so fast. But that can be coached out of him. And he had offseason wrist surgery, which is not really technically a con because that happened during the combine. He was fine. He's already over it now. He was in a cast, but he's out of the cast now, and he's going to be good for training camp. So I was just looking for another con because, like I said, there's not a lot of them. So I feel like in terms of where he's going to be used in the defense and what we can look for, I believe and trust Todd Bowles to use Keionte Scott the right way, right? I think when it comes to Todd Bowles, his question marks are in his ability to be a head coach, not necessarily a defense coordinator. He won a Super Bowl as a defense coordinator with one of the best, not one of the best Super Bowl defenses, but one of the better Super Bowl defenses that stopped Patrick Mahomes. The only other defense that has really done that was the Eagles in 2024. So there's something about that is really important. So when it comes to defense, I think Todd Bowles knows what he's doing. It's the head coaching spot that we all are like, hey, let's get out of here. This is his make or break season this year as head coach. I also feel like it's kind of hard to mess up where you're going to put Keionte Scott because of how versatile he is. And he can kind of play anywhere in the secondary. So I think it's going to be hard to mess up where he's going to fit in this defense. I think he can fit everywhere. It comes down to where you want to put Jacob Parrish, Benjamin Morrison, and Keionte Scott as a whole and how much run you want him getting as a rookie. But we'll have to see what happens in 2026. I'm excited. I really can't wait. So let me know, after everything we talked about in today's video, did the Bucs pull off highway robbery with Keionte Scott? Type Y for yes, type N for no. You had a round 2 or 3 draft grade from a lot of different places out in the media world, and he went in the 4th round to us at 116. So let me know down in the comment section what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching to the end of today's show. I really appreciate it. If you continue to want free, fun Bucs content all off season long and during the season, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Like the video if you liked what was going on today. And as always, fire the cannons.